Welcome to the introduction to the B-loop section. Loops should be quite familiar to you by now because you've completed the maze loop section and the artist loop section, which should have been a lot of fun. This loop section adds a couple of different things. Basically, you're a bee that has to collect nectar to make honey. Now, each of these flowers has nectar, but they have different amounts of nectar. There can be 1, 2, 3, 4 parts nectar. And then, based on the honey you make, the nectar you collect, you'll have to make different amounts of honey. Again, it can be, I think, up to 4. So, on these first few, you just have to practice collecting the nectar from the different flowers. And then I think about the fourth maze, the fourth one I'll show you, you start to make the honey as well. So other than that, it's the same as you were doing with the mazes. You can go forward, you can turn left, you can turn right. So in this first one, we see obviously we're going to go forward a couple of times to get the first nectar. And then I'll have to go forward 2 more times to get the next nectar. Now if this nectar had 3 nectars, I would have to get the nectar 3 times until we get the repeat block back. So when we run this should work. And we collect all the nectar. So moving on. Now they introduce the repeat block, so now we can use the repeat block. But I want to show you also, we'll go on to, I think it's the fourth one, when they introduce the honey. So now you can see you have to collect, on this one, noting the 4s, you have to collect 4 nectars in order to make 4 honeys. So we move forward to get the nectar, and we have to do that 4 times. So we're going to use our very familiar repeat block to get that nectar 4 times, right? Oops, that's a 3. 4 times. So, and then, I know some people make this mistake, but then you have to move forward again. See, because the honey is in a different spot than the nectar. So we have to move forward again in order to make the honey. And how many honeys do we have to make? If we check here, we see the 4 again, so we have to make 4 honeys. And when we run it, he'll stop and get 4 nectars. Then he moves on and makes 4 honeys. So that's how we solve the puzzles in this level. You just have to pay attention to where you're moving. Make sure you're on the nectar or on the honey when you either collect the nectar or make the honey. Make sure you get to those spots first. You can check it in running your code. And make sure you, when you're on those spots, you collect the correct amount of nectar or make the correct amount of honey based on the numbers that are there. Good luck. Please let me know if you have any questions.